Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Loudmouth. And this is Tim, the liberal loudmouth.
And I'm Ron, the Republican loudmouth.
That's the real Ron.
Yeah. The real Ron. And I keep it real because I'm a real Ron.
Yeah, that's all you can be. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like me. You don't want to be the fake Ron.
Yeah. Tim, how you doing? Last time we talked, you was kind of upset. You was, and not like violently upset, but you were emotionally upset because I think somebody did something to you that hurt your feelings, and I don't blame you for feeling that way.
Yeah, it's been a rough weekend. Let me tell you. Oh crap! I can't. I was gonna put this picture up, but it's gonna have me do a slide or whatever. I can't do it so easily on here. Yeah, the school has banned me from school property for I guess 6 months. I mean, that's what it says, 6 months,
and that ban is in place right now. So like if the kids were in school and got hurt or needed medicine or needed you to pick them up or whatever, you wouldn't be able to go up there right now, right?
Right. I would have to get written permission directly from Margaret Coates, the superintendent of Owasso Public Schools, which is absolute horseshit.
So it's from the superintendent.
Her. Yeah, I can't get it from the principal or anybody else. It has to come from her. Yeah, and she wrote it in that way too. I have retained counsel, and that's all I'll say about that and the incident. We'll just hash that out between the lawyers. But
you're not going to lay down. You're not just going away.
Oh, hell no. I mean, if she thought that was going to get me to shut up, she's dumber than I thought she was. I gave her credit because I called her an intelligent lady at one point. So, I mean, you know how I am. We're called the Loudmouths for a reason. Okay. And I know Margaret knows about our show. I know she knows. I mean, I've joked about it with Jordan and, in the lobby at one point. I told them we was going to do a parody of their minutes with Margaret.
Oh yeah, and even Paul Croft. We walked in that one night, and Paul Croft handed me a piece of paper. He said, "Can I get an autograph?"
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I was standing there when he said that.
I know that Paul and everybody else follows us and everything. So
yeah,
I'm glad they do. I'm glad that they're getting the same information that other parents that follow us are getting, because I think it's invaluable.
Yeah, it is, and I just tell you about my weekend because there's an app that you can get with USPS. My wife has it. I don't have it, but she was like, "Hey, you're getting something from the school." And I look and it's a certified letter, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And I knew it was something bad. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was something bad because I've been to school 8 years. I've never got a certified letter from the school before. So I was trying to wait.
Sends a certified letter unless it's bad.
Right. Well, I had a DJ. I had to DJ a wedding that night, and I had to go get my gear. So I'm like waiting till the last minute because I wanted to see what was in this letter. And I probably should have just waited till Monday, because let me tell you that just caused the domino effect of events that just ruined my entire weekend. So
you handled it better than I would have, though.
Man, I don't know if I handled it well or not, because I could only stew in my own shit all weekend. But yeah, as I'm leaving, when I'm putting everything in my car, I'm like, I just have to go. I can't wait around anymore. There's a mailman, and I had to sign the electronic thing, and then I had to sign the paper, and I read it. Sure enough, and I was just like, I didn't think it was going to be that. I honestly didn't think it would be that bad to ban me from the property.
Well, explain a little bit, because I thought it was a cease and desist letter, but it's actually not.
Yeah, it's a trespass, basically, that that I'm trespassed from the property. So if I show up there, they will arrest me and throw me in jail. The penalty is up to 1 year and I believe $500 fine.
Tim, I'm actually on video screaming at these board members with Margaret Coates in the boardroom,
right?
Calling them cowards, calling them liars, and I've witnessed some outlandish shit that we've done because we were so emotionally jacked up inside the building. And none of us got a cease or a trespass letter.
Yeah, it's discriminatory, I'll say, in some way, shape, or form. I don't know why, but I don't quite look like the parents that were there that night. I'll just say it that way. I look a little different than y'all. So that may play into it. I don't know. I can't really, I'm not going to speak for them. I guess I'll let their lawyers speak for them. Cause at this point, that's what it's boiled down to. But, in terms of me handling the situation, well, man, I didn't want to go to those weddings. I was trying to get another DJ to take over, but there was nobody available.
I'm sure it messed you up.
Yeah, because you know how I am. If something happens, I want to fix it. I want to fix it now. I want to, dealt with now. I just rather do it and get it out of the way. But nope, my hands are tied. I couldn't even really sit down and advocate for myself about the situation online. I couldn't, try to make heads or tails of it. And they gave it to me on a Friday.
Right.
And so then Saturday, and I have to reply within 5 calendar days. So that means Saturday and Sunday are included in that. And the entire school is closed Monday through Wednesday next week. So
they gave it to you on a Friday. And I know that you're always up at the school, whether it's delivering food because that's your job, your daytime job.
Yeah.
Or you had a meeting with one of your kids' teachers or what. You were at the school while the letter was in the mail to you.
Yep.
And you were even given permission to go wherever to the bathroom or whatever, right?
Right. 2 days after the board meeting, I was up at the school visiting with the assistant principal and one of the counselors about my daughter. And during this time, they allowed me to free roam, basically, to go to the restroom. I had to cross a hallway and play Frogger to get across the hallway because the kids had been let out of class. And oh my God, it was just jam packed in there. It was crazy. So, and in this letter, I'll just read what it says. And this actually really, it pisses me off and hurts my feelings, to be quite honest with you, because it says this prohibition includes district activity or field trip not conducted on school property, as I have determined that your presence is a threat to the peaceful conduct of students. And this was written on October 12th, the day that I was up there surrounded by kids unsupervised in the halls of the school. So if I was such a disruption to the peaceful conduct of students, and how in the world was I able to get through that day without any incidents? And how have I, for the last...
this didn't have anything to do with you being a disruption.
Right, because I wasn't a disruption. I'm not going to go into details about what happened. I'm going to, we'll save that for after. Yeah. No, you're fine.
It pisses me off. It pisses me off.
Right, but I wasn't a disruption at all. Nothing was disrupted. It's and in fact, I would say that if anybody was a disruption, it was the school. But those are mistakes that they'll have to answer for, and let's hope that at some point one of us parents can hold these schools accountable and hold their feet to the fire when they make mistakes, when they just purposely screw parents over or ignore them or whatever. It's time.
I'll tell you this, and I know that you had a rough weekend and I can't even imagine, because I know how I felt whenever she sent out that bullshit email that she sent about me that just lied. She just lied. And I hope she's watching this. But I know that there are some parents that I deal with, that you deal with, that don't like you. They really don't like you.
Right.
And there's parents that don't like me. But all these parents, I haven't heard anybody in my circle saying that he got what he deserved.
Right. I mean, and there's maybe been a couple online and those people generally don't know what happened. They're just, and it's funny because, up to a point, I was a supporter of Gina Nelson. Not that I'm not anymore. I'm still up in the air about that, but. Are
you still going to go to the event with me on?
Yes. Yeah. I'm still going to go out there and visit. Cause I haven't got a chance to talk to her anyway. It's something I wanted to do. So that may throw them off to find that out, because I'm a liberal that is out there trying to protect my children from pornographic material in the school, and that blows some people away. And the fact that I'm not supporting necessarily yet Ryan Walters, that also blows them away, because it's, you know, everybody tries to put me in a box, and I just don't belong in the box. I'm, you know,
Tim, I'm the same way, actually, and you know this.
Yeah. I you know, if I think it's right, I think it's right. If I think it's wrong, I think it's wrong. I don't really do the party thing. You know, I don't like playing. If I'm rooting for a sports team, it's going to be Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree. And I have talked, and I took it upon myself, but I have been talking to all kinds of different people about you getting that letter, because it affected me. I took it personally, like if I had got the letter, because if it can happen to you, a liberal, you're a registered Democrat, but you have been at the school board meetings, you have went up there and you've done the doing. And
yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. And these people know that you're not a threat, and you did not threaten anybody. But what I'm saying is, if it can happen to you, it's bound to happen to me.
It can happen. And think of it this way. If we allow a precedent to be set where this ban stays and I am not allowed on school property for the 6 months, you know, or however long it is, if this ban stays, that will send a message to the school districts in the area that is an option for parents that are making too much noise.
Exactly. It
just
prohibits the First Amendment right.
Right. It's like to the other districts, hey, we tried it and it worked.
Right.
And that means that this is a viable option for you. And I just want to give a shout out real quick to our good buddy Todd. Todd, we appreciate you coming out and checking our stuff out.
Every time. Yeah. I love Todd.
Yeah. And
we need to get Todd on here one night just to say hi.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't even know Todd. Let's say it should affect us all of us personally. When schools think they can overreach and ban parents from schools, it's obvious that they're pressure testing us. Yeah, exactly. I mean, really in this instance, she screwed up. I'm just going to say that. There's not a violent bone in my body. And here's an example of that. I have more roosters than I do hens, and I don't have the heart to either kill the roosters, which is what I should do, and eat them, just because they're our pets. But, you know,
that's a true story. He's offered to give me roosters because he doesn't want to kill them. Yeah.
I just, even though I know, and I'd be willing to eat them, I just don't have the heart to do it, even though it's actually to my disadvantage to keep them.
But I will eat them, so we're gonna have to get those over here.
Yeah, I'll bet you. I'll just, you do that on your own. And that's another reason. Though. Yeah, I don't even, when I go fishing, I love fishing, but I don't like killing the fish. Like it literally makes me feel bad. So when somebody is telling me that I am a threat to the peaceful conduct of students, that just blows me away, because I know who I am.
Tim, I know we can't talk about it, but because we've talked about it and I know what's going on, but it just breaks my heart.
Okay, we got a late bloomer here. Regina jumped on late. What did I miss? Who's banned and why? So the Owasso School District.
She was there. Regina was there that night.
Yeah. Oh, was she?
She was there
in attendance. So on that board meeting, the last board meeting at Owasso, they're claiming something happened, and that now I'm banned from district property for, I guess, 6 months. It's what it says. If I come back within 6 months without obtaining Margaret Coates' written permission, that I will be arrested and, charged with a misdemeanor, which is, and it's, as much as I hate it, if the ban stays, I won't go on school property. Because I know, as you said in your live the other day, I'm a rule follower, and
yeah, you're a law-abiding citizen.
I am. Yeah, I don't have a criminal record. I mean, you don't go.
If you did, they would already have blasted it out.
Yeah, I mean, you don't go 40 years without a criminal record for being a terrible person. I mean, I've done dumb things in the past, but never anything that would.
Like I said, I know that you don't. We can't speak about it, but on air or whatever, but it breaks my heart that if one of your children right now got hurt on school grounds, you couldn't go
right
without getting arrested.
Right. And here's another point to make, that they're actually hurting my livelihood because I make deliveries during the day. During the school year, at lunchtime is, I'd say, probably half of what I can make in the day. And a lot of that comes from the schools because kids at the school order a lot of food. And I'm always delivering to the schools, all the schools, even the elementary schools. So now I cannot even take a delivery that goes to the school. I can't even pick up my daughter from her after school stuff. Like, what the fuck is that?
You can't go to her if she.
I can't pull in
any event. If she went on a field trip to the zoo, I wouldn't be able to go to the zoo.
I wouldn't be allowed to go to the fucking zoo because of this stupid shit. Because she's claiming that I'm a threat to the peaceful conduct of students. Like, lady, come on.
This is a power.
Yeah, and, I got real emotional today. Because I'm searching in my mind, like, what can I do? I've talked to people online. I've written an appeal because I needed to get that out of the way because I only had a few days to do it. And then today I'm like, the board doesn't necessarily see me as a human, because I'm just this annoying parent that always shows up. And they know I have kids in the school, but they've never met my kids. They've never, interacted with me as a family man. So I'm asking my daughter and my son, it's like, would you be willing to speak on my behalf at the school board meeting? And, I'm like, you don't have to. I'm not going to make you go up there, but it could help for the board to see me and see my children and what they say about me in their own words. I wouldn't write their speech. I wouldn't tell them what to say. But then after I asked, I felt terrible because I'm sitting there asking my kids to stick up for me, and it's my role to stick up for them. And this fucking administration has put me in a position where now I'm asking my children to do this for me. And it just, it pisses me off, Ron.
That makes me, I'm just trying to put myself in the same situation. And, we're dads and we're fathers, and we're supposed to be protecting our children, which is what you were doing. It's what I've been doing. And for them, and then, and
when I started asking my kids that, I didn't really want to, but I'm like, this, they don't know me as a person. They just know that I'm the guy that goes up there and talks about gaggle and this and that, and, whatever comes to mind. And so, if they hear from my kids, my kids are never in trouble. There are never any disciplinary problems with my children. Never.
I've been around your daughter with you, and it's a wonderful relationship.
Yeah.
It's a tight-knit, wonderful bonding.
And I tell you what, I have had a lot of trauma in my life as a child. I think I've told you about my past. I'm not going to go into all that, but one thing I always said was that I want my kids to have a better life than I do. That's my only goal. And they have. My daughter's 15. She's never had a traumatic experience really in her life.
And she's super talented. Her artistry, she's phenomenal.
Yeah, she and they're both really great kids, and I'm proud of that. And then have these people that take something I don't know, either out of context or just based on a one-sided report to claim that I'm a threat to anybody's students. No,
and that's not even what they claimed in the letter. In the letter, they said your very presence.
Right. Not only did they said your presence interferes with the peaceful conduct of activities, which means we don't want you here.
Right.
And then your presence, she says, I have determined that your presence is a threat to the peaceful conduct of students. This this lady doesn't ever say 2 words to me. So,
I'll tell you what it is, Tim. It's because you're active, you speak up, you email, you communicate, and you say stuff that is different from what they want to push.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But they just don't like you. I am the biggest asshole in the world, Tim.
Yeah.
I've been on video. I've been pulled out by police.
Right.
And I've never gotten anything. And I dare them. Maybe it is the blue eyes and the blonde hair and the whiteness. I don't know. If it is, send me a fucking letter.
Let's see. There's something I'd like to address here. Regina, they don't own the zoo, but I'm at a loss on this. It had to have been something that didn't happen in the room. The only threat in the room was the board. It was something that I believe they claim happened outside of the room, but there's not enough information in that letter. Everything that I had said previous to this really is speculation, because they didn't offer any information about what it was that they're alleging I did. Just that we have determined, based on, in light of your actions that took place on the grounds, meaning they're on the district property after the board meeting, I have determined.
Do you know Regina?
I don't know.
Okay. Regina, I know Regina personally. Regina, if you don't care, Tim, I'll let. Regina is an advocate for special needs students.
Okay.
In the state of Oklahoma.
Okay, I think I've seen her speak. Maybe,
yeah, she was at the forum that we went to, and she was the one that you and her took up the entire forum because y'all were asking questions.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, okay. Yeah.
Her and her husband, they're wonderful people, and they were at the board meeting that you got banned from.
Right.
But Regina, I'll reach out to you. I'll let you know what happened. Because and Tim is handling it correctly. I'll tell you that, because he's handling it better than I would. Yeah.
So Riley says, if you show up at the next board meeting and force them to do something about it. I mean, this crossed my mind on Friday, but
he did say that, Riley.
Is either Friday or Saturday, because then it becomes a criminal thing, and it would be, I would liken it to civil disobedience. But at this point, I'm more concerned about being able to go and visit my children at school.
But they know that, right?
Right. But the events that have transpired have given me, I think, a large megaphone here to make a difference.
I agree.
There is the potential here for what she has done for a massive problem for the Owasso Public Schools.
Do you think it was,
just put it that way?
Do you think it was solely her?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't either. I'm trying.
All I could do is speculate. I've even defended Margaret since she came into office, haven't I? I mean, I've said plenty of nice things about her.
You've actually spoken at a board meeting and
thanked them.
You've complimented them on handling. Yeah.
The meeting prior to the one in question now. Yeah. I was going to speak about something negative, and then once they were doing stuff, I changed my speech and I thanked them. So,
you're not against the board. You just want what's right and what's wrong.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Riley makes a decent point here. Their liability does go up, but also my own issues and culpability goes up, and I think it hurts my case more than it helps it in the eye of the public.
Well,
because in that case, you'll have a bunch of people who just the letter of the law. That's it. The law says you can't do this. This is what they said. You shouldn't have done that. And I don't want to lose anybody's support at this point.
Ask Riley if he wants to come on and hang out with us for a second and just talk about it for just a few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have his contact information, so let me see if I can.
Riley, if you want to come on and talk for just a few minutes, I know you're probably busy, but I would like to hear, because Riley, and I told you this earlier, because Riley has went to the board meetings and literally read cuss words.
Yeah.
To the board members.
Well, I mean, I use the term ejaculate. I don't think I said
no.
Piss,
he said the P word. He said the GD word. He read the words that were in these books,
right?
That you just went and spoke about trying to get specifically banned,
right? Well, I don't. My thing was just explicit images. The words, I that doesn't bother me, so much. But yeah, I don't, but that's not what that doesn't really have anything to do with, or at least from what I gather, their ban. I don't know, because there have been a lot of things in the last 30 days that have gone on that this district is putting itself in a really bad position, and Margaret Coates is just leading them, and they're following her.
Can you tell us anything about what's fixing to happen as far as the timeline of
well, what's fixing to happen is I'm going to put a spatula in a box and I'm going to mail it to Margaret Coates at the administration building with a note that says, "This will help get the egg off of your face." But don't worry, Margaret, I'll get the high end one. It'll be at least $3.
That's beautiful.
I mean, I'm not a prophet. I can't tell you what will happen, but I know what it looks like. And I've read cases that, were even less cut and dry than this one. So,
well, here's what I know. You received a letter on Friday. Or was it Thursday?
Yes, it was Friday.
So you received the letter Friday. So you can't go on school grounds after Friday.
As of Friday, correct.
And they have to have it in their hands in 5 business days.
Yeah. So I looked at the board policy and it doesn't specify the medium. So I assume an email, but they're going to get an email, and they're going to get certified mail.
Okay.
You want to communicate with me via certified mail, we can do that.
Yeah. And I wonder what happens then. They set up a board appeal meeting.
I don't know the process. I don't know the process.
They didn't explain the process to you?
Right. And that's going to come up. Their law isn't law. Now, to that point, I know what you're saying, but actually their board policy is a copy paste of the statute.
Yeah. If you read the statute, it does say that she has the ability to do what she did.
Yeah. What was written in there is essentially a copy paste. Like the school's board policy is literally also the Oklahoma State statute.
Yep.
Title 21. And essentially she's alleging that I committed a crime. So I guess we'll see.
Doesn't she have to prove that?
Apparently not when you are a school district, because let me tell you what I've learned over the last couple of years is that districts appear to have more rights and sovereignty than the natives do in their own country. They are treated as their own little country. They have their own rules. Nobody gets to really oversee them. Nobody can really do anything about it. Legislators can't do much about it other than pass laws. That's the only recourse you have. So unless you can get legislators to get on board to pass something, nobody can control them. They just do their own thing.
Why aren't parents? I know why, but parents, y'all have got to understand that this is a dangerous situation.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is, because if they are successful in banning me over this issue that happened, and I mean, not even an issue, really.
Non-issue. It's a non-issue.
Right. Then that means that will send a signal to every public school district. I mean, in the entire state and possibly the country.
Like with Riley up in Stillwater. Oh, Owasso did that over there.
We can do it too.
How we can get rid of Riley.
Right. And here's the thing. I think she thought that that I wouldn't be able to get legal advice. Well,
I think
sometimes you roll the dice and you don't come out ahead.
Even Casey Mayer the other night told me, he's like, I can't spend money on a lawyer.
Right. Yeah.
I can't either. I wish I could.
And I think that's what public schools have been preying on for so long, is that they know that there's nothing that you can do about it. And most parents don't have the time. They don't have the energy, or they just get frustrated and give up. But like I told her years ago when I started with the gaggle stuff, I'm not going away. You won't get me to shut up about this. And I won't,
I'm glad you're not shutting up about it. It needs to be, I don't give a shit what even if Stephanie Ingersoll was banned for doing what you did, I would come out and say no.
Yes.
And I would help Stephanie get an attorney or whatever it was and fight this, because it's not right. Parents have to have the ability to speak up at board meetings. And that's a constituent. He's an elected official.
Right. Yeah, I love this. I love this outlast, outplay Survivor. That's hilarious.
Thanks.
What do you mean speak virtually? I don't know what
she doesn't want to be. She doesn't want to be on camera.
Oh.
No, maybe. Oh, Tammy says.
Yeah.
She thinks, like you said earlier, can I have somebody hold up a phone and speak virtually at the board meeting?
Which is funny because I already have suggested that to have somebody else come up there and just play the speech that I have.
Well, I know the answer to that because I've asked that before.
Have you?
I've asked.
They won't allow it.
I said, I've got a ball game. I got to go coach my son's ball game. Can I have somebody else read my speech, or can I record it and play it? And she said, no, you have to be there in person.
Yeah. Yeah. See, they get you whichever way, which, that would be hilarious because they banned me to get me to shut up, and they get us one speaker every board meeting. I'm just talking.
No, I'm serious. Yeah, I think we should.
You know what? The person that does that will probably get a ban letter. You are a threat to the what does she say? God, I can't remember what she said now.
The peaceful
conduct or whatever. Yeah.
I wish I get it. I wish I got a ban.
Man, you don't want to ban it, because I tell you, I'm so passionate about this stuff. And it was like them.
Said I would go to jail. I would go to jail. You're not going to keep me from a public school where my kids go.
Yeah.
My taxpayer money goes.
Well,
I'll spend the night in jail.
Hold on. I couldn't find my mouse cursor. Tammy says, pick me.
Tammy would
appreciate that, Tammy. I know you would. We could sneak it in there one night. Somebody that doesn't actually want to go. Doesn't actually want to go to board meetings and speak. You just get up there and just
play it.
Just play it. Don't say nothing. Just start.
What are they going to do? Tell them to stop?
I just I'm back. That's funny.
It's parents have got to speak up. I'm serious.
Yeah, and November 14th is the next open board meeting at Owasso Public Schools.
I haven't signed up yet. I almost signed up today because I was so pissed off. I was like, I'm gonna send them an email. I want to sign up and speak about Tim.
Yeah, Dawn says sure makes school vouchers look better and better. Dawn, that is a great point, because I think a couple of episodes ago, I was like, it's getting to the point where they just don't listen to anything you say.
They don't.
They placate. They make you believe that they're doing something, and then when it comes down to crunch time to actually do it, they pull the rug out from underneath you and then laugh the whole way. And then when you just keep bringing it up, then they ban you. So it's when you can do none of these things, the only alternative is to tell them to go F themselves and go somewhere else. I mean, that's really the alternative.
It's either homeschool or vouchers or private school. But when they take your choice, your voice away,
yeah,
what do they expect you to do?
Well, and I think they may do this to other people, other parents, to get them so pissed off that they actually do act out in really negative ways, so that they can point a finger at that person and say, "Oh my God, look, they're a domestic terrorist."
I was fixing to say that word, domestic terrorist.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden now you've got the federal government calling all these parents out at board meetings. Even with the COVID stuff, I didn't really care for all the screaming and hollering at the board meetings that we saw across the country, but I damn sure didn't like the feds coming in there and saying that those people were domestic terrorists. Like, what the hell, man? They're just fighting for their kids. Even if I disagree with what they're saying, that is their right. They should have.
Everybody has a First Amendment right to speak their mind, whether it's in the parking lot or in the board meeting, wherever. If you're not advocating for physical violence, which I know you weren't.
Yeah, it's none of that.
Right. Even the Constitution says you can be a rude asshole, but you still get to voice your opinion.
Yeah, and and of course you can bring up the whole disorderly thing, but nothing was going on. No, but again, I'm not going to get too much into the weeds.
I know.
It's hard to not talk about it. I know, but
I'll just say that there's stuff going on that nobody knows about, that we can't talk about, but it's going to be handled.
Yeah, and just know that I'm a liberal, and even if you're a Republican, I don't, I would still defend to my death somebody else's ability to speak.
And I know that you would.
Yeah, even if it's somebody that I hate and I don't want to hear what they're saying, I don't care.
Like I said, if it was Stephanie Ingersoll, if it was Blue Dot, anybody has the right under our Constitution to voice their opinion to elected. If that's the reason you ran, was to make a difference, then make a damn difference and quit. I can't say that. If you don't, I don't want to take that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be political here. Do your job as an elected official and represent your constituents. If you don't want to mess with constituents, then don't run for public office, I guess.
Right. Oh yeah. That'll be my slogan for my candidacy. Yeah. If you can't handle dealing with parents, then you shouldn't run for school board.
Well, and let's point this out, Tim. I don't know if you want me to do this, but you did say that you were going to run for school board against Neil Kessler, you're going to declare your candidacy in December.
Yeah, because when she said, in light of your actions after the board meeting, one thing that I did do after the board meeting was announce my candidacy for that seat. And I've talked about thinking about it for a while now. But I said for certain that I will be filing when it comes time for that board seat.
And you got that Satanist, anarchist, Antifa, Tyler Wren. You and I, we reported him.
Yeah.
We got him fired, and then Project Veritas came along and they reported him at TPS, and then Owasso got pushed.
And we held them accountable for that. Yeah, for not firing him. That was their mistake. I sent an email, literally. The subject line was, "This is why you fire teachers."
Right. And then 2 weeks later, you're banned from public schools.
Regina says political retaliation. At this point, it's all speculation on my part, but it's very timely. It's very timely because let me tell you what me being on the school board would look like. If you sent an email, you would get a response back from me for every email that you sent, whether it was a major email or a minor email, and you would get a response back probably within 24 to 48 hours. That's everybody. You won't get that with any other board member. I can promise you that. And what you will also get is a board meeting that is probably 1.5 to 2 times longer than what is currently there, because I will ask questions about the things going on in the board meeting that when people are talking about it, because nobody in the audience is going to understand what has been talked about. So you have to ask questions so that the people know.
You're going to do it like Elena's doing over in Tulsa.
And that's the way it should be. We are there for a couple of things. We're there to reflect the constituents that elected us, and we're there to provide oversight to the administration so that they don't go out of their bounds, which is what they're doing right now with me. Yep. And, because it's for 6 months, so that'll go through the entire election. So during the entire school board election, I won't be allowed to go on school property. Real convenient.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think it has to do with they don't like you. It has to do with Tyler Wren. And I think it has to do with you said you were running for school. There's no way they're going to let you get elected to the school.
Yeah, because I had just sent them back a very, very detailed legal approach to my response, with them telling me that the educational records that I had requested, which I have a right to, weren't actually educational records because they weren't in a filing cabinet at the school. They were using this Supreme Court case as, precedent, saying that we don't have to because it's not in a filing cabinet, yada, yada, yada. But at the very bottom of the Supreme Court case, they very explicitly state that the rulings in that case are narrow only to the specifics of that case and to not be taken outside of that. So their attorneys just think that we're stupid. They think that we're dumb and we can't read through the lines of what they're saying. So when I responded back and just completely demolished the argument they tried to make, and I told them, you have 30 more days, that's it. And I sent another message to the board members, not to Margaret Coates, and I sent it to the board members, and I said, either your attorneys are wanting you to be sued, or Margaret Coates is just, I don't know, an idiot. And then I laid out to them again why it was dumb.
I don't understand these superintendents like Margaret and Amy Fitchner that think that they are high and mighty.
Yeah, they control everything. Unfortunately, they are in their little district. They are high and mighty because they get to do whatever in the hell they want to do, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, so it is what it is. We're going to keep plowing away. I'm going to keep fighting for the rights of parents to be able to affect change in their school board, because that's what you should be allowed to do.
You have to be able to do.
Like I said in that video, in that board meeting, I spoke directly to the board members. I said, you are the ones in charge here, not the administration.
Why would they not? Because you didn't threaten violence. And I know we're not talking about what happened, but I know that you didn't threaten violence.
Yeah. Why
not just tell you, hey, don't talk to whoever, whenever? Why not give a warning? Why ban you for the rest of the school year?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Even if they'd given me a warning, which, I understand what you're saying, I would have pitched it MFIT anyway, especially if it came in an email, because I didn't do anything to even to get a warning for anything.
Right. You were exercising your First Amendment rights.
Yeah, we'll see what they do in a week or so. We'll see how that works out for them.
Yeah.
But now the more that I think about it, I may just go to the Dollar Tree to get that spatula. I don't think she even deserves a $3 one.
It's not even saying. Is it the Dollar Tree or is it the $1.25 tree? Right?
Inflation. It's the Dollar Tree plus. every couple of years, it's going to be plus.
Yeah. What you got going on next week? What's the plan? We're going to do Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday. We can stick to our regular stuff. Saturday was so rough, y'all. I could not sleep on Friday night. I couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning all night. It was bad. I didn't go to sleep till 6:00 in the morning, and I woke up at like 9:30. Couldn't go back to bed, and then I had a show that night that didn't end until I didn't get home until almost 12:30 in the morning the next morning. So, yeah, I'm pretty exhausted. So I might take a Monday and Tuesday to just sit and do nothing.
I would
just relax.
Just mental exhaustion at this point.
Yeah. It's been an emotional roller coaster. every 5 minutes I went through the entire grieving process. I think
I know
every emotion, you know, but I still rock those shows out, man. That first one started off kind of rough. But we got through it, you know. I got a couple of good videos out of it. Did you see that kid dancing?
No,
you didn't see it. You should go on my profile. I got a video this wedding.
I'll go check it out.
This little boy, oh my God, he was getting down. Let me tell you. He dates better than a lot of adults, I'd say, man. He didn't even care. He was like, yeah, I'm doing my thing. I don't care what the hell y'all are doing.
Dance like nobody's looking.
Oh yeah, no, he was cool.
I'm gonna be over in Skytook tomorrow, building a bathroom, finishing it up. But
is tomorrow gonna be the last day of that one?
No, not at all.
That one's been rough, huh?
No, it's good. You can't get nobody to work for you these days, so it's just me, and it's taking me a little bit, but I'm plowing through it. I shared this to Twitter too, so
you shared what's that?
Our live.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's going live on the Loudmouth Twitter feed, but we don't have any followers on there because I haven't been sharing much from our side on Twitter. I haven't been trying to grow that. So if you want, find us Loudmouth on Twitter.
Yeah, we're on Twitter. I'm really thanks for all the 13 people. We had 13 individuals watching us tonight. So.
Yeah, well, at one point we had 16.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think that was as high as I saw it go. So yeah, we appreciate the support, and I'm glad you all showed up.
Parents, we got to stay together.
November 14th. If you guys want to show up on my behalf to, protest or speak against it, whatever, that would be amazing. Or you could just send them an email.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to make a post with each individual board member's email.
Yeah. Well, I made one on my profile.
Oh, did you? Okay, good.
Yeah. I can just copy the names over to yours or, whatever. That way you can, you can email and tell them what you think about what they're doing. And now I know that there's not a lot of information here, but I've been going to the board meetings for almost every one of them for 18 months, 2 years, almost basically. And I've never had an incident. Never.
Well, if you follow me, I'm telling you that Tim is solid people. And I don't put my name on people that I don't think are solid. So if you follow me and you know me, please send the emails, and I'll share that to my page, but just take 2 seconds and you can write out, this was wrong, what you did. It doesn't matter. You can copy and paste, whatever you want to do. But we, as parents, we have to stand together, whether we're Republican, Democrat, atheist, religious, whatever. We have the right as Americans to speak our mind at elected officials. So,
right. And the more emails that they get about this, the better it will go for me, I think, during the appeal process. What that looks like, I don't know. I've never been banned from anything, any property. I've never been trespassed. I don't have a criminal record.
It's unreal. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's baffling, and it hurt. I go through emotions where my feelings are hurt, and it depresses me. But then I realize, well, fuck, man, you didn't do anything wrong,
right?
So then I come out of that, and I'm like, well, we're just gonna get through this. So it's just been a cycle of shit all week, or all weekend anyway. But I'm coming out of it.
I think at your emotional cost, it's going to do wonders for parents. I really do.
Yeah, I think it will. I think the potential for this is pretty wide reaching. It has the potential to not be just a local thing. I'll just put it that way.
Right. I know it. I know it won't. It's gonna be. It's gonna be big. I know it is.
Yeah,
this like I change stuff.
In the first live that I did in my car after I got that, when I was heading to go get my gear, like I said, Margaret, you fucked up.
I think she did. I think she knows it. And if she's watching, just make it right.
Yeah, you can
just make it right.
Yeah, and well, I will say at this point, her escalation,
man.
Even they should make it right for sure, but fight's not over. Fight's not over. I'll just say it that way.
I know you can't say anything else, but yeah,
I'll take crazy advocates over complacent parents any day.
Absolutely, Regina. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and like I said earlier in the show, we chose the name Loudmouth for a reason. We are literally, it was a literal use of that word. We're loud. We're loud men.
Both of us.
Yeah. So it is what it is. I can't help it.
We don't need microphones. We don't.
Right.
You're going to hear us.
Yeah. I can almost never whisper because everybody always hears me any damned way.
Yeah.
My whisper is like somebody else is talking.
Yeah. And that's how I describe you to everybody. I'm like, he's loud. He's a loud ass person.
Yeah. And I rub people the wrong way, no doubt. But I always have good intentions, and I don't really hate anybody. I can, I don't, because I'm even somebody that I don't really like. I can still sit there and have a conversation with them about stuff. I mean, and to the Gina Nelson supporters, let me tell you something. The only people that have come out in support of me as a parent who was a Gina Nelson supporter and may still be, I don't know, but those were the Ryan Walters supporters that came out in my defense. It wasn't you.
Really?
I don't know that I've had any Gina Nelson supporters really come to my defense. So
I've seen quite a few of the Ryan Walters supporters.
Yeah. So for whatever that's worth, just know that, you too have a chance to say, I may agree with public schools and this and that and the other, but I disagree with them doing this. You can do both. You can disagree and still want that. Because again, I'm still a public school advocate. I mean, I just am.
Well, I think every parent is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's rough, but it's getting better. It's getting better, and there's light at the end of this screwed up tunnel, and hopefully everybody will be made better for it. And that's just what it is.
Yeah, we got to take some licks every once in a while to make sure that we're
still alive.
Right. Yeah.
I was gonna say we'll take a beating for everybody else. It looks like, because that's usually how it goes down anyway. For both of us.
And I'll say this: whenever I got the letter from Coates, I won't even address her, but
good old Marge.
When I got the email, when I filed the open records request, because I knew that they were talking about me, and I got that bullshit email with the 6 bullet points that were complete bullshit. Tim is one of the only people, Tim and Jennifer Johnson and Dana and Danica, I think were the only people that sent an email that said, I know Ron, he's been there, he's done this, and y'all stood up for me. And that's what we're going to do for you this time. So we have to stand up for each other.
Liberals, Republicans, whatever, we're all Americans at the end of the day. We all have a right to be able to speak, and I'll go even so far as to say that unless you're threatening somebody's, life or, bodily injury or whatever, you should, and even if you're banned from district property, you should be allowed to go to the public school meeting, the public school board meeting, because that's your only real option to affect change in your community.
It is.
Unless they've caught you threatening to kill somebody or whatever, which is, there's no First Amendment right for that.
I agree. I agree completely on that.
You definitely have to draw a line somewhere, but, I better go get permission from my Lord and Master. Oh, Margaret, please, Margaret, just let me go to the board meeting, please.
I've watched both Minutes with Margaret, and I'm a subscriber.
Man, we still need to do that parody.
We have got to write that out.
They'll probably send you a band the next time.
I hope
after that.
I wish I would.
We need to get a wig though. Oh wait, no, Margaret cut her hair.
She did.
We don't need a wig anymore.
No, she went full. Like, okay,
yeah.
I
mean, I liked it. I like women with short hair.
She looks cute. She looks cute like that.
Yeah. So I thought, and I even told her I thought her haircut looked good, but not in a creepy way either. It wasn't a creepy way. But that it helps us out because now we don't have to have a wig for our parody with. I think it may be a little bit longer than mine. I'll let mine grow out a little bit.
Yeah, because
I'll be Margaret.
You got to be Margaret. I'll be Jordan.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch the board meetings and try to get her mannerisms down. We'll get it down good.
Maybe we get Paul to do, because the last one was with Paul.
You could be the Paul.
I could be Paul.
Yeah, you could be Paul.
Yeah, I don't think he would be offended by that at all.
No, I think he'd probably laugh about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd probably laugh about it.
Because Paul knows that we're just doing our thing and we're not threatening anybody. So.
Yeah, we're just goof asses half the time, but when it's time to get serious, that's when we get serious.
We do the doing when it's time to do the doing.
Yeah,
man, I got to get these kids in bed. They're on fall break. This is bullshit.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, hopefully we get some updates by Tuesday. There's big things coming.
Yeah, how many days until election?
Until
like 24 days or something, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like it. 20. I don't know how many days are in October.
31.
Is there 31? So that'd be
14, 15 days.
15. Yeah, like 20 some days.
Yeah, 24, 25 days.
Around that time.
I'm excited for it to be over because it's kicking my ass.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be definitely a big shift in what we talk about for sure.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. All right, holler at me tomorrow, Tim.
All right, man. We'll do. And to everybody that watched, thank you.
Thank you for real. Make those emails happen.
Yeah, like and share this. Seriously, share the video. Let's get the word out and get everybody else on board. And
whether you're Ryan Walters or Gina Nelson or left or right.
Yeah.
We're all parents.
Yeah.
We have to stay together.
And it's America. So even if you think that schools should ban people for petty things, that's your right to believe that.
And share it and say, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Do it.
Like that one person. Oh, I'm so glad the districts are saving us from these parents. Like, oh my goodness, lady. Hush.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
There was only like one of those, but anyway, yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'll catch you on Tuesday. And to everybody else, come check us out Tuesday. We'll do it 7 o'clock still.
7 o'clock Tuesday.
Right. 7 p.m. Tuesday. There might be some updates.
All right. We'll see y'all.
Take it easy, guys. We'll see you. Peace.